I'm about to be a father. I did the classic thing of YouTube researching when your life is about to change. I wanted to see other people's experiences, how they went through it, how it was for them. And I didn't really find anything that was serious. I don't know whether I just didn't search properly or maybe there's legit not anything else out there. But either way, I wanted to make this video just to talk about true feelings in this process of becoming a father. I don't know why there wasn't more videos sharing the paternal journey, that whole I'm about to be a father moment. It could be because guys struggle to share their emotions. It could be like, it's just vulnerable. People would rather share that kind of thing with their close friends. I don't know. I think apart from like podcast snippets and like little moments where people are asked a question, I've not seen like a dedicated video to it. My journey is an interesting one. When I was 8 or 9 or something, my dad said to me, "You're not dating until you're ready for marriage." And then I think the next day, I went over to our next door neighbor, Becky, and I asked her if she would marry me. She said yes. And I was very proud of myself. And I went home and I told my dad, like, "Hey, I'm gonna get married to this girl, Becky." He was like, "You've completely misunderstood what I was telling you." There's always been that desire in me to have a family. Yeah, I guess I've just kind of always been so from when I was a kid, this whole family thing was something I really wanted. I don't know why, I was just born that way. But then when I became a teenager, things got a bit more clouded because I was quite distant from my dad. That was hard. There's a lot of reasons behind that probably aren't gonna fit into this video. But I think a lot of the crux of it was expectations. My expectations and his just didn't meet. And then you fast forward into, I'm a young adult now. I think I've been married at this point for maybe a year, and I get this opportunity to be a youth pastor in my church. And suddenly all that wanting to be a father type energy comes back in a big way, because I'm like, yeah, someone has to look after the youth. I didn't want to leave any youth in the lurch because I had a great youth pastor growing up and it massively changed my life, improved my confidence, especially during this time where I didn't connect well with my father. I had other father figures who were like an awesome influence on me, because now my full-time work was looking after young men and women in my church. And by the time I left that role, a couple of guys who didn't have fathers around or didn't connect with their dads, that said I was like a father figure to them. And that's like a crazy full circle moment for me, having done that job for 3 years and really been with some of these guys growing up into like 16, 17, 18. And then it went from like father energy into like, I actually want to be a father, because one of the single moms at church said to me like, "Oh, now that you've finished this role, you can take a break and stop being like a part-time father." And she said it as a joke, like that it's stressful to be a part-time father to like, 20, 30, 40 kids. And I think in that moment, when she said that, weirdly, I remembered something else one of my friends said like 8, 9 months ago, but it finally clicked. Because she was talking about how much I love my dog, and it was weird how much I love my dog. And like, if I really wanted to take care of something, I should just take care of a human and have a kid. I don't know, just the mixture of those two comments, I just suddenly in that moment realized like, oh, I really want to be a dad. I really want to have kids of my own and do this father thing full time. So that was like an amazing journey over like the course of my life to get to that point where I was married, I had a decent job. It was like a real valid option for me to like think about starting a family. And I brought that desire home to my beautiful wife, Funsho. She was like, "Yeah, I'm down," kind of thing. So here we are now, 9 months in, with a baby that's literally due yesterday. When I was a teenager, all this mismatch of expectations and difficulty with my dad and the real strain that was on our relationship, like at one point during my first year of college, we lived together in a tiny 1-bedroom flat and we shared a bed, but we did not get along. Like, we were always on each other's nerves. it was so awkward, it was so tiresome and so stressful for both of us. And that really put me off being a father. Like, not just that experience, but kind of, it was the culmination of years at that point of me and my dad just not getting on. And I felt like if this is what being a father is like, I'm not into it. Because I felt so misunderstood. And I think looking back, he probably did as well, because I couldn't see his intentions. But again, like I said, a whole other video for that, because that's just not, I can't get into all that today. If you are interested in hearing more about that kind of journey that I've been on my dad, a really redemptive one, because we get on so much better now, and he's actually like the most amazing man. It'd be great if you just leave a comment, ask a question, and then I can kind of condense my experiences to be as useful as possible. And I don't want to just go on a 40-minute rant on YouTube. I was so afraid of this having kids thing. Not doing something because you're afraid sucks. My pastor actually said that to me at one point. And I think it helped me start to process and think about things differently. And now I'm so excited. I'm gonna have a kid like any day now. And I'm so pumped up about this experience I'm about to have and how positive it's gonna be, because I've grown so much in my life to become the type of man that I am today. I'm so excited to pass on all these lessons in life that I've learned and the values that I've lived, and let that go on for another generation, hopefully, if we are anything like each other. I think coming into a relationship with God is like the most valuable thing I could pass on. Jesus is my personal savior, and that's like a journey that I've been on. And I would want that for like every human on the earth, to understand how loved they are by God, especially my son. So it'd be amazing to kind of share that with him and see him receive it. Not in a forceful way. It would be amazing if I was able to go on that journey with him like my father has. I'm actually still very nervous about being a father, and I've not taken that responsibility lightly at all, because the benefits of my dad being so hard on me as a kid was me becoming a better version of myself. But the con was I'm so hard on myself now, and I have almost an unhealthy self-talk situation that I'm trying to resolve. But like, I'm still vulnerable to pass that on to my kid. And that's quite scary, because as much as I didn't like it growing up, I could repeat the same cycle. So I'm praying about that and doing research and doing therapy and trying to figure out like how to make sure that I pass on those high expectations that help me become a great man, in my own opinion, and not pass on any of the negatives. But we'll see, it's a journey, and like, you guys can follow along and help me out. If you see me doing some crazy self-talk, you can put it in the comments that I should chill out. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video and you've taken something away from it. And if there's more that you want to hear about my experiences, or more in-depth questions that you have, like, please feel free to ask in the comments, and I'll respond to you. I might even make a whole video about it. So yeah, thanks for watching, subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see you in the next video.